Now, in a descriptive essay, the student describes a person, memory, situation, place, experience, or any object. So, look, pretty much anything. And now, in contrast to other types of essays, the descriptive essay, it allows the writer to use many figures of speech. Don't overdo it, but you can overdo it a little bit within reason. Descriptives like adjectives and adverbs. Think of your Lee words: hurriedly, slowly, and so on, thus enabling him or her to create a powerful image of what he is describing. Now, this is very important. You can make use of personification, make use of your similes using like and as. Use sound devices, personify whatever you like, but just don't overdo it within reason. Okay, it's like in Afrikaans, don't give every color that you use an intensive form. Potblauw, grasgroen. Don't overdo it. Just one or two is fine. Now, the writer presents the text in a manner that leads the reader into the writer's perspective of the subject that the writer is describing. Okay, so consider the following when writing a descriptive essay. So the writer should create a picture in words using adjectives and adverbs. Okay, adding to the verb. Now, it is usually written in present or past tense. Either or is fine. Words and expressions are chosen carefully to achieve the desired effect. You have to be very particular here, so it probably does take a little bit longer than a narrative essay to write. We've got images of sound, sight, hearing, taste, and touch. So playing on your five senses. Remember, this is what makes us human. You're able to touch base with your reader, and it can be used to make the description vivid. Now, figures of speech are used in original ways. Okay, quite like this. Try and make it as authentic as possible. Not things like, oh, he ran as fast as a cheetah. There are some more childish figures of speech. Try to make it a bit more mature. Ridding yourself of your like vakansie, BDC type essays. Learners should ideally have experience of the topic, and it's very difficult to describe something without having first-hand knowledge. So this is important. Try to make it a more real life experience. Don't talk about how you trek to the base of a volcano when, you haven't. But, something like just taking a stroll through a garden. Okay, something that is common to most people. Most people have, seen flowers, they've seen trees, they've seen greenery, especially living in South Africa. But, saying you're on the base of like Mount Fuji, yeah, it's, you can do it. If you've done it, it's just better to write about things you have first-hand experience of. So here under, it follows an example of an introductory paragraph for a descriptive essay. So the Karoo, our little dusty patch in South Africa. So a vast expanse of scorched sand, small bushes and trees covered by dust. A dome of rich blue governed by the fierce ball of fire, then dipping slowly, we've got our adverbs here, downwards to meet the sand on the horizon. Lifeless, you would think. Think again, a nice rhetorical device. The Karoo, it has a life of its own, almost personifying the Karoo here. Look at the descriptions initially. Scorched sand, small bushes, trees covered by dust. A dome of rich blue governed by the fierce ball of fire. This is the level you need to be on. Don't write, oh, it was dusty like my bedroom. Like that's awful stuff. Okay. If you're watching this video, you're probably in high school, one of the higher grades of high school. Come to the party now. Write some better essays.